Welcome to Ask Me Anything, featuring spiritual medium and psychotherapist Kellee White.
Hi, everybody. I am spiritual medium and psychotherapist Kellee White, and today is October 5th, 2023. I don't know why, but all day I've been calling it October 6th because my dear friend Lori, if you're watching Lori, it's her birthday tomorrow. And I was thinking about her all day, and I was thinking that today was the 6th, but it's the 5th. And if you were born today, that makes you a 4 of diamonds, which we call the Ford truck. A 4 of diamonds can get through anything. And that's why we call them a Ford truck. Anyway, I wonder what kind of week everybody's had. It has been a strange week for us here on the farm. As many of you know, we started a full remodel of our house, and we're in the thick of it, and windows are out, and it's just you can imagine it's just is a mess. But anyway, and then sadly, our team ended up with COVID, so kind of put a hold on it, put a damper on everything. And of course, we hope and pray that everybody gets healed and does really well with it. And I do know what it's like to have COVID after still having a cough from it. But boy, I thought universe this week has really been doing a lot of testing here. I mean, all you can do is sit back and kind of laugh at this kind of stuff. Like, okay, that's the worst. All right, so far, here we go. Anyway, and I wanted to talk about a lot of astrology going on, but I'm going to say hi to everybody. Hi, Sylvia. Oh, and your birthday's October 9th. Yeah, I'll say a lot about this. And hi, Dawn. Great question. I'm going to get to that. Hi, Dee Dee. Hi, Bernadette. Great question. I love these questions, you guys. Hi, Wanda. Oh, thank you so much. Hi, Christine. Hi, Sarah. Hi, Christine. Hi, Maureen. Hi, Renee. I was thinking about you today, Renee. I hope you're doing well. Hi, Tom. Hi, Stacy. Hi, Betty. Hi, Gabriel. Hi, Jennifer. Hi, Maureen. Yes, Renee says, what an incredible energy today with profound synchronicities. Not sure if the astrology has anything to do with it. I don't know, but probably, Renee. It's quite a time. Hi, Kim Ann. I'm going to answer your question, Kim Ann. Hi, Karen. Hi, Debbie. Hi, Ann Margaret. Hope you're doing well. I know you had quite a day. Hi, Marge. Hi, Sarah. So hi, everybody. Thanks for tuning in. And I thought we'll start with the astrology, and then I'll answer a bunch of questions. How's that? So let's see. Well, this has been quite a month, and it's just beginning. And October is it's going to be, I want to say, just extremely challenging for so many people. This is, I'm going to start with this one because October, I kind of want to explain a lot of things that are going on in October. And again, I do Vedic astrology, so that's what I'm talking about right now. And if we start with, we have these 2 major eclipses that are transformative. So if your birthday is in October, it will affect you because we're already in eclipse season. And the first and the second eclipse, they come in pairs. If you look back at your life in 2004 and 2005, it's similar energy, okay? And so if you look at your life during that period of time, and my life completely changed in 2004, and then in 2005, it's actually when I met Don. And I also started getting a lot of healing from my head injury. So my life really changed during that 2004, 2005. Like literally, I can tell you, part of it ended and a part of it began. So that's what this eclipse is about. These 2 eclipses are about. But even before I get to the eclipse, I want to talk about Mars because Mars is the planet. It's a trigger planet. Okay, so when Mars is energy, it's action, it's fierce, it's war, it's passion. We need Mars because we need the energy to get up and go, I noticed that when I work with a lot of lawyers, they have huge placements with Mars. They make really intense lawyers, but they give us passion also. We've always said Mars and and Venus, Mercury or Mars and Venus, which represents like relationships. But Mars is really important. But on October 3rd, which was a couple of days ago, to November 16th, Mars, it transits, what am I saying? It went into Libra. And again, in Vedic astrology, it went into Libra. And James asked me about this the other day. Mars is not comfortable in Libra because Libra is balance and justice and harmony and peace, and Mars is the opposite of that. So it's uncomfortable. It doesn't like to be in Libra. And that can cause, some problems in relationships because it's not at its full capacity. It's kind of like being kind of held down. But on top of that, we have another situation with Mars. And Mars is combust all throughout the month, all throughout October, and all the way through January 16th of 2024. So combust means it occurs when a planet comes closer to the sun, and it makes the planet, in this case Mars, weaker because the sun can burn out some of the strength of Mars. So Mars loses some of its strength. And you would think, well, maybe that'll make it easier, but it actually doesn't. It makes it frustrated, and it brings Mars more aggression and power struggles. Now, I did talk about this at some point too. Mars is this period of time is great to bring physical exercise into your daily life, even if it's just walking or whatever you can do to do that. It would be great for this energy. But yesterday and today, October 4th and the 5th today, Mars conjuncts, which means next to at the same degree, K2. K2 is the south node, and K2 is also, like Mars, a trigger point. And when these two get together, it can cause all kinds of problematic situations. So again, this can bring a lot of increase in the world for weapons and terrorism and just a lot of not good things. Mars and K2 just are intense. And on October 8th, Mars, again, we're talking about it's combust, it's in Libra, it's bugged, but it squares Pluto. Now, Pluto is like the hidden planet. And when Mars squares Pluto, it ignites powerful and transformative energies. And so on the 8th, which is Sunday, that could be very intense. It can bring power struggles. So harness your energy really well over the weekend and really, start mastering things that you have wanted to master, which is what James and I talked about on Monday's show, about giving you guys a challenge of what is preventing you from living your best life. Because even the planets, I feel, for years are going to be creating havoc here. And I also believe that we chose to be here at this time to experience the havoc in order to grow. And I really believe that. So then on October 10th, Pluto, again, the planet of death and transformation, basically, Pluto transits, finally goes direct, and it's in Capricorn in Vedic astrology. And it finally goes direct after months. And when this goes direct, it can also increase possibly earthquake activity, accidents, power struggles. I mean, it's that kind of energy. So this is what we're looking at before we get to the eclipse. I swear, I'm trying not to be, negative Nancy, but these are some rough times here. And we will all be tested, I'm sure, during these periods of time. But the solar eclipse on October 14th, it's what they call the Ring of Fire, and it goes through the United States. So will directly affect people in the United States. Wherever an eclipse is, the energy is a little more intense there. And it's in Virgo in Vedic astrology. So you'll see it on the 14th, and I'll write a post about it, but you'll see the Ring of Fire. And a solar eclipse is like a supercharged new moon. And so this one really says new beginnings. So what you want to do is you want to begin, as we've been talking about, to release what you can of the past and go straight ahead, go forward, get ready. New things will happen. If you are born in October, there will be change. If you are born anywhere on the eclipse on the 28th of October, also with the lunar eclipse, or if you're born between October 14th and October 28th, major change in your life. And if you're born even in anywhere in October, it's going to bring change to your life. So, and this eclipse, it's interesting to me. It's in, and we talk about the nakshatras in Vedic astrology, and a nakshatra is the celestial house, and it's in Chitra. And Chitra means a pearl. And how is a pearl formed? It's formed from intense pressure. And that's the theme of this eclipse. Nothing to be afraid of. If anything, go, all right, where's my life going? And really enjoy the process, because life is about having all kinds of experiences and growth. Don't ever forget that. Growth is so important to everything, to our souls. This is why we come here. We don't just come to Earth, just for fun. I mean, we come because we come to grow. So anyway, so I'll just leave that, and then we'll be talking about the lunar eclipse on October 28th, and that's at the full hunter's moon. And that also is going to be visible in North America, in the United States. Whoa. Now, a lot of change in the United States coming, I can tell you that. So anyway, as we get closer, I will go through a lot of that. Okay. So there you go, with all kinds of things going on here. Okay. So Sylvia Ambrose, and you said, oh, you love watching the show. Thanks, honey. And the show with James, it's so much fun. I love doing that show with James. And her birthday is October 9th. So first of all, happy birthday. And what I can say about October 9th is a king of clubs. So Sylvia, you've got a male brain there and a king of clubs. That means you think like a male. You can outthink anybody. You have to watch people around you for drugs and alcohol. Or if you did that, you'd have to really watch it, because the king of clubs, it's one of the life lessons to pick and choose wisely. All right. Just remember I said that. Okay. Don Rosen, question. Since past, present, and future are all happening at once, when we return home and are out of the time, which Earth is all about time, does our immortal soul do a life review of multiple lives at once as well? You rock. Thanks, honey. It's a great question. I'm going to say, from my experience with it and what I have been able to see and all the souls I've talked to, I'm going to say it's this particular life. That's what I'm going to say. Okay. Because it's almost too hard to comprehend between past, present, and future, which they do all happen at once. You're absolutely right. But I'm going to go with door number one, that it is when we go back to the other side after our life is finished here, we do what's called a life review. And a life review is where we look at everything that we have done on Earth and everything that all the people, relationships that we've had, and we look at them. And so nothing escapes a life review. You will see it. So if you were in let's say somebody was extremely abusive, they will be watching, they will see what they've done, and they'll actually feel it. So we always say, do the best you can while you're here. So you will be having a life review. Everybody will be having that. Okay, Dee Dee says, hi, Kelly. I told you about how my mom found her deceased aunt's driver's license dated 1972 on her garage floor out of nowhere, as she was denied any assets. I remember that story, you said. She said, and then a month later, while on vacation, my mom found a vintage gold guardian angel coin while cleaning out her purse. Isn't that wild? Yes. I mean, I think that we get signs from our loved ones any which way they can make it happen. And I love that story, Dee Dee. And I shared this story once when Don was packing up his family's home, and he was the last one in the home in Chicago and moving out here to the farm. And the whole house had been completely clean. And Don's a cleaning freak of nature. And let me tell you, this house would have been very clean. And he went back to one of the rooms, and on the floor was a card with his beloved niece with a picture of her. And she had died, I don't know, 10 years before this, 15 years before this. And her card was on the middle of the floor, and he had already cleaned the floor. There's no way it could have been there. So I love these stories. It's a good one. Okay, Bernadette. Hi, Bernadette de Sarah. She said, so star seeds, who sows star seeds, and who do star seeds answer to? God, source, etc. Yes, because they're all created from the same source. It just means that they come from a different galaxy. That's all. But yeah, completely. I mean, we all have the same creator. And I've always been confused because of Christianity says God created everything. Well, we can say God, we can say source. I tend to say God a lot. It just makes it easier in my mind. And I know that's limited, but yes. So the answer is it's spirit or source is what how I'm going to answer that. It has created all of it. Yes. Okay. I hope that helps. Okay. And I have, so this is from Tracy Hazel Terry. Okay. If a spouse doesn't believe like we do, can we get them to change to believe? Tracy, it's the easiest thing. You just whop them over the head. No, you cannot. I mean, I don't know who your spouse is, but no. Everybody can have their own belief system, whatever it is. So I remember when I went down this path, the spiritual path, my father, who was this raging jazz musician, this was like he had wanted nothing to do with any of this, or anything that I was doing, which was kind of common for him with me. But anyway, he really didn't. And then after he died, he came to me, a zillion times he's come to me, way more than my mom. So I just it doesn't matter if your spouse believes, if it doesn't believe. Does it make it easier for you when you live with somebody like that? Yeah, it sure does. It would be so much easier. But you can't, you can't drag a horse to water and make them drink, or I don't know, whatever that is. But and don't try that bop them over the head. Here's another question, and this is from Mary B. And she said, Kellee, what is a session with you like? So I get asked that question a lot. That's a good question, Mary. Thanks. I appreciate that. So a session with me can look like, if you go to my website, I have mediumship. Let's say you've lost somebody and you need a mediumship. Okay, then that's what we do, mediumship. Let's say you need spiritual counseling because you're not sure where your life is going and you might be stuck and you need some help with it. What I do is I'm a code cracker. So I love to look at somebody's life and their soul and their chart and kind of put it all together to see where they are, what they need. Spirit jumps in. I do starseed sessions with people that are not from around here, literally. I do grief counseling for people who've had great loss. And I do charts, and I'll look at look at your life for the next year. Where are you with this? So anyway, I hope that helps. And I also have some time available. I'm finally working a Saturday, October 14th, this year, 2023. So if you'd like a Saturday session, that would be a good time to have a Saturday session. So I hope all that helps. Let's see. Okay, Maureen Walton. Kellee, my date of birth is May 3rd. Can you tell me anything? Yes, I can tell you something. Oh, I also do spirit guide readings too, which are really fun for people. They're really interesting. Spirit guides, like, they know where the bones are buried. They know everything. So I just love that. Okay, so May 3rd is a 3 of spades. 3 of spades is very creative. They also can do, like, 3 of spades, they have 2 different things. They do business, they can run a business, but they also have this really creative side, whether they're actresses or actors or singers or dancers or photographers or artists or something. 3 of spades, must, from their soul, have a creative space. They must. So I hope that helps you. I hope that helps. Jennifer Romano, your birthday is September 21st. Well, 3 of clubs. And by the way, that's my little granddaughter's birthday, and I love it. 3 of clubs are wildly psychic. I always say that 3 of clubs are the most psychic. The 3 of clubs, 4 of clubs, also wildly psychic. King of clubs, Jack of clubs, 10 of clubs, 8 of clubs. Any of the clubs are wildly psychic. So 3 of clubs, what they have to be creative. They also have to believe in that they are intuitive. Sometimes they actually don't have a clue about it. It's almost so natural they don't even think about it. But they also are great writers. So just kind of keep that one for you, okay? Okay. Oh, Kim Ann, you asked a good question, and I want to get to that. You said, do you think that the dream state when you're sleeping is the same state that people are in when they're in a coma, or are they on a different plane? So I don't think it's the same state as a dream state. I think when you're in a coma, you are on a different level there. I think that you're definitely on a different astral plane. And I think that souls, when they are in a coma, are learning on the other side so much. It may be learning about healing. It may be learning something about themselves, about life. Often, not every time, but often you'll come back with, I'll never forget. I have to say this. I had a client who almost died from COVID. He was in the hospital on a ventilator in a coma for 3 months. I thought he was going to die, but he didn't die. And when he came out, and he was really shook up. I mean, the whole process he was just so shook up. It's really traumatizing. The whole thing was so traumatizing for him. He said to me, I don't know how to tell you this, Kellee, but and this is a man that you would have never, in a million years, I would have never heard this out of his mouth. And he goes, I saw Jesus, and I talked to Jesus, and I have to get my life together. I'll never forget this as long as I live. And so I think there's a lot of that goes on in a coma state, actually. I think that it was important for this man to get to that point because he had been abusing drugs and alcohol for a long time. And I think he doesn't do that anymore, I can tell you that. It really changed a lot. So anyway, so Lori Fleischman Stern, even though I just saw you earlier, hi Lori, I wondered if anything else is coming up for you. So and again, you are 5:30, May 30th, which is a 2 of clubs. So here's the thing, Lori. This is what I'm going to say. Get to it, girl. Jump in. Get your website. Get everything you need to do. That's literally, the time is now. This is such a great time for people because if you can face whatever it is and be really honest with yourself, I'm facing the fear of this or the fear of that, or what if I'm not whatever enough? I'm going to say this, jump in. That's the big thing. Jump in. Hi, BJ Baldwin. How are you? I haven't seen you for a while. How are you, honey? So, hi, Angela. I love that. Okay, Sarah Hughes. My question is about starting my own spiritual business. Excellent time, Sarah, for this. Excellent time. The world is going to need spiritual people. I'm not sure what the business is, Sarah, but I absolutely think this is a great time to do it because, and if you look at your life from 2004 and 5, like where were you then? Where are you now? Everybody can do that. They can look back at those 18 years and figure out where you were and where are you going? Where do you want to go? If you want to do a spiritual business, go. This is a great, great time. Thanks, Ann Margaret. Yeah, I was in a blue mood today. Okay, just camped Dawn. Hi, Kellee. I've been thinking about a friend who passed a few months ago. However, I just found out that's hard to do, isn't it? She was spiritual and a psychic who used to gives her gifts freely to help so many people. Personally, she was an inspiration to me in so many different situations. Can you ask if she has a message for me? I'd love to hear from her again. Thank you for all you do. You have no idea how you affect people's lives. Oh, thank you. That's very sweet. Yes, let's get a card. I love James's card, Talking to Heaven. I love him. I love him. And one day when my book is out, James, if you're watching, when my book is finished, It is finished. It's done being edited. And it gets out. I have matching cards that will go with the book. Which will be good too. Okay, here we go from your friend. Here we go. She says, I am learning over here. So that, let's talk about on the other side. So the message for you to know is she's learning. And the other thing, if she will inspire you, okay, just remember that I'm saying that. She will be an inspirer. It could be the things that, oh, I've got chills. The thing that she could be learning over on the other side is how to actually use their energy through the veil. You know, there's a veil here. I always say that the other side is just 3 feet above us. It's like right there. But there's a veil that comes over us, and which is a good thing, because if you didn't have the veil, you could, you know, lose your mind. It'd be too much to see, because I know that happened to me. And so you want it, the veil is a good thing that you have the veil there. Even though people think, oh, it'd be so much easier to be a medium. No, no, no. Just develop your third eye, and it is much, much better to do it that way. But anyway, so on the other side, they have to learn to, whatever they want to do, if they want to be an inspirer, which I really think she is, they have to learn what's the best way, you know, especially once they just are there. And you know, here's another question, and this kind of goes along with this question. And I love this question. So this is from Carol Wake. Carol said, hi, Kellee. I was listening to a stage medium, so a medium that was on stage. She said the other day, who said that when people pass over, that they don't change their personality. She said, so my question is, how are they not affected by the love or the high vibration, and they're in no pain over there on the lighter side of life? She said, I understand that in order for us to recognize them, when they come through as a medium with a message for us, they could seem the same. But surely, she says, being on the other side, would that change even the most fixed of personalities? Carol, such a great question. And you're February 14th, which I love, is Jack of Diamonds. And a Jack of Diamonds, let me make sure, I always say that wrong. No, yeah, it's a Jack of Diamonds, yeah. Jack of Diamonds is also July 4th, and I always find that fascinating, Valentine's Day and 4th of July. Jack of Diamonds have enough energy to pop out of the cake, and they're very spiritual and also very psychic too. So anyway, to get to your question, when a soul passes over, and my mom used to say, you know, when you pass over, don't they automatically, like, you know, become this? I'm like, no, it doesn't work that way. Yes, the energy is amazing on the other side. This is density. It's hard here. On the other side, yes, you're in no pain. It's a different vibration. But initially, the soul, the way you pass with that personality, whatever the personality is the same on the other side. So I agree with that medium that said that 100%. Then what happens is, let's say you lost a father who was this real gruff asshole. I mean, real difficult. A few years from now, because it could take a smaller amount of time, but since we have time here, I'm going to say 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 years, even 10 years, the soul will have grown and changed. And that's, I think, the deeper part of this question, okay? The soul would have grown and changed on the other side. And so that's how that works, okay? I hope that answers the question for that. Okay, Terry Camoli. She says, hi, Kellee, may I have a reading, please? And you are 4/15. So April 15th, tax day in the United States, is a 6 of diamonds, which I always have to laugh about that, because 6 of diamonds is about financial responsibility. Like, who planned that? How did they know? So yeah, it's about financial responsibility, Terry. Now, the thing about a 6 of diamonds, some of them are really great with sports, or they have a sports mind. Some are wildly creative, but they always, and unfortunately, there's a wound of being abandoned there. And so often when I work with 6 of diamonds people, I have to help them with that abandonment move. So I hope that it helps. Sarah, remodeling is tough. Thanks, honey. It absolutely is. It's very tough. Betty Stevens, my birthday is 11/5/1956. Great. Am I getting a job? And you are 11/5. So You're a 2 of diamonds. The answer is yes, because 2 of diamonds has this ability to work and be creative and successful. They love partnerships too. But because your birthday is right at that eclipse period that I'm talking about, the later eclipse is the 20th of October, but it will still affect you. So I'm going to say yes, yes, yes. Okay? I definitely am going to say yes. Okay, information gatherer M. Blue is your color. I think it is. I thank you. What or where would be best for me to move this year? In your southern west, and your birthday is June 7th. So June 7th is a 10 of diamonds. Here's the thing. 10 of diamonds is very blessed. It actually has the blessed position in the charts here. So whenever I see a 10 of diamonds, yes, you would have gone through this and that. So honey, I can't tell you where you're going to live, but if you want to live in the southern west, go for it. Wherever your soul wants to go for it. Maureen Walton, so today is your birthday, October 5th. Here you go. October 5th. And October 5th is 4 of diamonds, as I was saying. 4 of diamonds is all about Ford truck. They can take a lot. They come in for spirituality. They come in for hard work. You would be thinking, God, haven't I worked hard my whole life? Often what I find with 4 of diamonds people is when they get usually around in the 60 period, 60 plus, they go into teaching organizations how to do yoga, or they go into some metaphysical field, whatever it is. Hi, Rita. Oh, thanks, honey. How are you doing, Rita? My good buddy over there. Robin Bayer says, hello, Kelly. I got my crystals ready to charge. Fantastic. Okay, good. Yes, Lisa, the October has been challenging. It is totally. Rolling Acorn Canyon. I love that. Hi, Kelly. I've learned a lot and found comfort in your talks. Great. I felt very disoriented since I lost my dad on September 10th. Honey, it's a hard one, isn't it? She said his birthday was 10/30. Okay, so which is a 5 of hearts. And mine is 129. So your dad was a 5 of hearts. So he came to have I've got chills everywhere. He came to have a lot of emotions. He came to experience love and emotion and all kinds of things here. So you would have felt immediate comfort with him, with your dad, because he would have emotionally been able to contain, you. And when we lose a parent, I will tell you, and you are January 29, Jack of Clubs. Jack of Clubs are natural healers. They actually are healers. Usually they have a high form of education, and they love love. So just know this. Let's get a card from your dad, honey. And your dad is around you, okay? And just know that. Just know he's around. That's hard when you lose, It's just the thing about, we never really lose them, but it sure does happen here where they're gone from us. And I hate that. I hate that. Like, I don't want to sign up for that again. My death was painless. Please don't worry or hold on to guilt. So there you go. I hope that helps you, Rolling Acre. Karen, I hope that helps you a lot with that. And having said that, I have a reading. Where did my stuff go? Hold on, I've got cards everywhere here. I also have a card for Vicky. Vicky, if you're watching, Vicky, which I know you are. How's my good friend Vicky? Here's a card for you, honey, from your beloved husband, Mike. I watch over you every single day. Ta-da! You know he does. That was not me saying that. That was him. I don't know why I have to talk. Your husband cracks me up. That's all I could say is he's a funny one. It's so funny, you guys. Certain people that I work with that I get to know really well, and their loved ones on the other side will just come in and give me a message for them, or just tell me something, or have me contact them right away, or something like that. It's just I don't know how to explain it. But anyway, and now these cards are messages from your guides, and these are James's other cards. And I'm going to this is a message. Now I have this message for Lori Counts, who I love. Lori, she says, hi, Kelly. I'm wondering at some point during the show if I would pull a card for you to get you through the week. Yes, honey, I'm going to pull a card to get you through the week. Oh, okay. This is a good one, Lori. Oops. Hold on a second. This one says, set your intentions. Wink, wink. Set your intentions, Lori. Okay, so that's a very good card for you. I just love this. Okay. Maureen Walton, that was nice for my son, October 5th. I think he would be a good teacher. In his 20s, he would teach older children guitar and drums. So much patience. Oh, that would be great. I love it when people do that. I think that would just be the greatest thing. So, okay, Brenda Sinet. Hi, Kellee. Birthday is 525, and that makes you a 7 of clubs. Do you see a big change in finances in the near term? Thanks. You know, Brenda, a lot of things can change right now. So here's what I would say about that. Set your intentions. 7 of clubs that were born in May, that 525, they have to overcome their own worst, they're their own worst nightmare. They're their own worst enemy. You have to overcome negativity, and you have to think in a positive way. And so, can you do it? Yes. Okay, you have to think like that. Okay, Trey and hi, KW. That's very funny. A lot of people have called me that my whole life, KW. So September 28th was the 30 year that my dad died in a car crash. Oh, he was 41 years old. That's awful. And was 38-year-old mom dying in a car crash. Oh my God, they were high school sweethearts. Any messages from them? Honey, that is a story, Trey. That's an awful story. Oh my gosh, you're definitely an empath. I know this. Let's get you a card from them, honey. And you're 714. That is a lot of trauma there, you know? That's a lot, Trey. My gosh. You should write a book. And you're an Ace of Diamonds. Ace of Diamonds can handle a lot, Trey. And you are 714 as an Ace of Diamonds. Yeah. And you're true in Vedic astrology, you're real close, but I'm going to call it a true Cancer there. And you're definitely an empath. Gosh, Trey, I'll be thinking about that. Let's get a card. There are definitely guides for you. I can tell you this, okay? They have no more earthly worries, so I think they don't want you to worry about anything, honey. And I would say this, the message from them would be look for sunflowers, look for sunsets, sunflowers, sunsets. Okay? Please know that. They're definitely around you, honey. Okay? Thanks for sharing that story. That is a big one. Okay, Eric. Hi, Kellee. May I have a card for a really tough day? Yes, have a special needs son and I'm just out of gas. You got it. Okay, Eric, let's get you a card here, honey. Yes, it's not easy working with special needs kids. And you just have to be very special to do it. Okay, because it's not easy, but let's get you a card. Okay, the journey within. So here's what I'm going to say about this, Eric. So the journey within is going inside and looking at what you can have great gratitude for. Gratitude and what your purpose in life here is. And I would say it's helping your son. I mean, those are amazing things right there. Okay, honey? Good luck to you on this. Okay, Mira Marani. Hi, Mira. And 723. Is it safe for me to have a minor medical procedure? Oh, sure, absolutely. So 723, absolutely. 723. Life doesn't stop, and it's you're a 5 of clubs. So 5 of clubs can make changes, great changes, actually, pretty easily. So yes, don't stop your life because there are eclipses. Like I would probably not have it. If it were me, probably would not have, and I would probably tell all my people not to have a medical anything on I wouldn't even have my nails done on an eclipse. But that's the way I think about eclipses. But I'm not sure if that's what you're talking about, or if you're any time other than that, yeah, go for it. Okay. Sarah Hughes, can't have that much trauma and not be an empath. That is the truth, Sarah. That is the truth. So, well, it's so funny. Sometimes what happens is when somebody has so much trauma, they just turn everything off. They just tune everything out because they can't even be in their body because the trauma is so great. But if you can ultimately become wise from it and have compassion for your journey, and that really brings all this wisdom to you, and then you really are at the best to be an empath, with that. So I hope that helps. Kathy Zadoniak, I would love a card from my husband. Well, let's get you a card from your husband. Okay? Let us do that. Here we go. Okay. Tears cleanse the soul. So have you been crying a lot, Kathy? Because if you have been, just know he's right there around you. Okay? Always know that. Okay? And I don't know why, but I have to say water around your husband. Okay? It has something to do with water there too. Okay, Nancy Babick. My younger son witnessed his older brother's murder a few years ago. That's a big one. Wow. My mom also transitioned last December. I need her advice. Does she or my son have a message? Looking for anybody to help my son. Will he be okay? His birthday is 11/8. First of all, I hope that he is in trauma therapy. And if he is not, go to traumahealing.org. Traumahealing.org. Okay? Because that is the kind of trauma that he needs help with. I mean, that's not something that you need help with that one. You need professional help with that one. And possibly medication. I mean, I don't know where your son is with all this, but that is huge. So 11/8. Now, let me just look at the birth date here. 11/8 is a queen of clubs. So he's a male with a female brain. And the queen of clubs is always on heightened alert. Queen of clubs is somebody who's so psychic, but they're always on hyper alert for something. They constantly, and they can be pretty critical and judgmental also, but ultimately they're healers. So I would make sure that your son would get some help. Okay, so let's get a message from one of your sons or your mom. Let's see what they say. That's interesting. You have nothing to feel guilty about. So did you feel guilty? And this must be from your son. I'm not sure. Be from your mother, but I happen to believe, and James and I have talked about this many times, certain things are just destined. So, and I'm sorry that the other son witnessed it. Oh, I'm so sorry about the whole thing. Oh my gosh, the whole family needs trauma therapy. So thank you for sharing that, Nancy. I'm sorry for all of that loss. That is a lot of loss. Nancy Roper. Kellee, I gave a message to a family member this past Sunday. Okay. And what I relayed came to pass, as I said 2 days later. Why does this still freak me out? I'll tell you, Nancy. You get to a point where it won't, but initially, it never freaked me out. I just always knew what I knew. But it's a muscle, and the more it happens, I guess initially it's like, oh my God, it is something. I take that back. It is something. And, but it just will freak you out for a while until such a time where you just know what you know, and it just takes time in developing that, but that's amazing. Good for you. There you go. Linda Alquist, 926, and that makes you a jack of hearts. Well, things change soon. It's been a tough year. Linda, I mean, ultimately, I'm going to say yes. And yes, it has been a tough year. And it's been a tough year for many people. Every person I know has had a rough year. And many have said, when is this year going to be over? But they also said that about last year, the year before. We have had challenging times in life. So you come in as a giver, and you come in also, Linda, to sacrifice a lot. So make sure you're taking care of yourself, okay? Always make sure that you are taking care of yourself. Mari, my birthday is 3/7, so March 7 is a 3 of spades, which is, I talked about earlier, which is somebody who's creative and also can do business. And it says that you're trying to rebuild your life, but you're always grieving because you lost your mom 2 years ago. On my own, will I meet a special person soon? So here's the thing. Losing your mom after it's only been 2 years. If you are close to somebody or somebody's been that stable person in your life, it's really hard when you lose them. And it takes time to rebuild because you would still be in grief. So I would suggest a grieving counselor. I would suggest, your life will not always be about that grief. It just won't. And you were born in 75. So it just won't. You were younger when you lost your mom, though, I have to say. To me, that's young. So just know it takes time. Okay, just know it takes time. Let's get a card here. Okay, and will you meet a special person here? Yeah, you'll meet somebody. I'm not, this eclipse brings people, lots of change here. Your mom says there is no such thing as death. So I can tell you this, she's around you, helping you, okay? A lot helping you. Kathy Cade, hi Kellee, I'm more sensitive to grief and sadness as we come around to the time of year when Katie was so sick and passed. Any card would be approached. I bet, Kathy, I bet. Let's get you a card. You know what? I've got chills. Ooh, is she around you? So when we are definitely more attuned to grief and sadness when we come to the anniversary date. We just are. And we just are. And we just are. We're just, it's just sad. Okay. I don't think I don't know if this makes any sense. It is not your fault. I don't know if that would be, it was not your fault she was sick or any of that, but I can tell you, Katie, that she's definitely around you, honey. Okay? And I see her up there with a lot of angels. Okay, Sarah Hughes, are you not aware you are psychic? It took me a long time to accept it. Correct, Sarah. Yes. So many people, I always knew that I was, always. I didn't go around telling people, but I always knew. And then I had the head injury on top of that, and then it just really came out. But some people, it takes a while for them to accept it because maybe the family, it wasn't acceptable in a family. I'm not really sure. But yeah, it's not unusual. It's like that Tom Jones song. It's not unusual. So to take the time to accept it, but accept it. And once you accept it and move on, it's just fantastic here. Okay, Annette Allen. Hi, Kellee. I really need a mini spiritual reading. Your birthday is 11/5. A lot of 11/5s today. 11/5 is a 2 of diamonds. 2 of diamonds comes in with, usually they want to be in a partnership. I rarely see one that's not in a relationship. It's 2 of diamonds is really important for them. It's also wildly important to be creative. 2 of diamonds is so creative. They can think out of the box, and they are very psychic too. So I would say, Annette, make sure you're doing anything you can to be creative, because that's going to help you a lot, okay? Mary, yes, I've been seeing monarch butterflies, twin cardinals, and dragonflies the last few weeks within a day or so of each other. So that's really great, and I love to see dragonflies. So exciting. And cardinals represent a loved one. So when you see a cardinal, it's a loved one that's coming just to visit us. And dragonflies bring transformation, and butterflies too. Well, butterflies also can be our loved ones. Either way, they can be transformation or loved ones. Okay, so there you go. Okay, Lynn Gert. Hi, Kellee. Hi there, Lynn. I feel like I've missed the bus with my procrastination and anxiety. You have not missed the bus. I always say that you have not missed the bus. 6:23, but I like that. So 7 of clubs. You're 7 of clubs. 7 of clubs, yes, they procrastinate. They have anxiety. They have to move negative thoughts, negative thinking. Use this energy in October to set your intentions, maybe make that your challenge. So release all kinds of fear and negativity and judgment and all kinds of things. And procrastination, first of all, what does procrastination do? I'm going to tell you what it does. It brings you another lifetime back here. And if that's not enough to get you going, I don't know what is. Don't procrastinate, okay? Just get it done, whatever it is. Okay, Debbie Waylag LaSalle's. Kellee, I've been dealing with a bad situation with a family member that's been going on for almost a year. Get in line, Debbie. Okay, I will be moving back to my home state on October 14th, the day of the eclipse. Will my life get better finding a job in a good place? And your birthday is also November 5th. Boy, all these November 5th, 2 of diamonds. Yes. Yeah. First of all, all the answers to all that is yes, yes, yes. Be very conscious with, and in fact that you're moving on that Saturday, I can tell you this, it might be a hard day to move because of the eclipse, because it doesn't make things easy on that day. It could be a harder day to move, actually. But ultimately, you're making the timing of your changes is excellent. Okay. And everybody deals with family situations. They just do. They just do. And somehow we get through it. Then they get bad. Then they get worse. Then they get better. Siblings, what are you going to do? Okay, Christy Henley. Hi, Kelly. My sister stopped talking to me after my younger brother died. Will she reconnect soon? She is ill and 5 years older than me. We also lost our elder brother 5 weeks ago. Gosh, Christy, that's a lot. And still no connection. I keep trying. And your birthday is 3/24. I would appreciate any advice. Let's talk about that, Christy. Again, families can get so damn twisted, right? I mean, unbelievable. 3/24. I'm sorry. Okay, and you, my friend, are a queen of clubs. So queen of clubs is somebody that is hypersensitive to everything and also wildly psychic. So you could probably answer these questions yourself, but eventually people will reconnect, and I'll tell you why. When there's that kind of loss, it's more than likely people start to forget why they were mad or they let go of, and the loss makes people, they need to reconnect. So the answer, I believe that you're going to just hold the space for it, okay? Always keep your door open for that, all right? I have seen miracles in families grow and change. Sometimes they're 3 steps back, forward, or back, and back and forth. But ultimately, I think everything can be healed. Not everything, but most things on Earth. It's a hard one, right? But don't worry. Okay, Sarah Hughes, I'm curious what card 1118. I've never done Vedic, so that's cool. Well, this is a destiny card that I'm doing, Sarah. But 1118 is 2 of clubs. So 2 of clubs is all about partnerships and releasing fear. Releasing fear. So I hope that helps. Connie Verdrin, she says, my daughter got married 2 weeks ago. My daughter Heather passed away 25 years ago. Wow. And who my daughter married, his mother, Florence, died the same year as my daughter. Were they both at the wedding? 1,000,000,000% they were at that wedding. And do either of them have any message for either of them? Thank you. Much love to you. Oh, I've got chills. Let's get you a card. Definitely, definitely. The messages, they love, love, love them. And I think they help get everybody together here. Oh, I got a yes on that. It's funny what they can do on the other side. They can kind of nudge you and kind of push you and do all kinds of things here, but they never miss a wedding. They never miss a funeral or a memorial or a Christmas get-together or a Thanksgiving to get together. I had an amazing Thanksgiving a few years ago after my mom died. It was, it was the first one without her, and we were all torn up. But something happened at this Thanksgiving where we were all together at my daughter's house, actually, and all of us were together. And for some unexplainable reason, the energy felt like heaven. It was like my mom must have opened up all the whatever, all the whatever would have blocked it, energy to come in, and we all got along. There was so much love, and I remember thinking, "Is this what heaven is? Is this what heaven is?" So they have that ability. Maybe they have to have special permission. I don't know how it works. I don't know. But let's get you a card. One card, sorry. That was the one I just did. My mind is free. Their minds are free. Okay, just know that. I'm not sure what that means, but maybe that's like a church looking out of the window of a church. That's what it kind of looks like to me. Okay, Claire O'Brien. I would love a card from my son in spirit, Spencer. What a great name. My birthday is 4/9. So your birthday is April 9, and April 9 is Queen of Diamonds. Queen of Diamonds is all about philanthropy, helping others, and value system. So let's get you a card from your son in spirit. Although you may not understand it now, everything, he says, happens for a reason. Now he's showing a puzzle piece here. Not sure what that is. Was he creative that way? You never know. All of a sudden, look for puzzle pieces here. Okay. So Vimla Nayager, she says, "Hi, Kellee, may I please have a message for my dad? He passed away when I was very young, and I've not heard from him. And you are 318. 38. Well, I can tell you he's a guide of yours. And it's funny, you're a 5 of diamonds. 5 of diamonds always come in with tons of angels around them. Always have angels around. And 5 of diamonds has to work on self-esteem. And one of the reasons that you may have chosen him as a father, even though he passed away when you're young, is because when you're missing a father, it goes into self-esteem often. Doesn't have to, but often it does. And so your birth placement is all about self-esteem. So you would have chosen this kind of configuration, if you will, this time for that. Okay. Your dad says, I send you loving signs through nature. So that's a wonderful sign. Look for that. And everybody, so let me just say, everybody on Monday, James, as you know, is going to be in Europe, but we have Both Sides Now and Beyond on Monday. And for the next 4 weeks, I'm going to have a co-host. So Monday is Dr. Shirley Impellizzeri. And many of you may know, but I used to do Both Sides Now before James with Shirley. And Shirley's a wonderful psychologist who is, I mean, she knows any kind of psychological question you have, trauma, attachment. She wrote a book called Why Can't I Change? She does not like the title, and she'll tell you that a million times. But it talks about attachment and what kind of attachment you have. So we're going to talk about attachment. We'll talk about depression, anxiety, I don't know. And, of course, I'll answer any spiritual questions. So that's going to be Monday. And the following week, I have Patrice Bissot on. So, Patrice, if you're listening, that's going to be so fun. Patrice is a spiritual image consultant. And he is amazing. He can talk about how to make yourself feel good. And I love this guy. And then on the third week, I have Jen Weigel. So if you guys know Jen Weigel, she's an extraordinary spiritualist who has written many books and knows a lot about a lot of things. She runs a spiritual club, actually. And I do a lot of teaching there on spirit guides. In fact, I have one coming up next week, I think. And the week after that, the final week, and for Halloween, I have, the day before Halloween, I have Prajna Avalon on, the healer Prajna. And we're going to be talking about messages from the other side, but we're also going to be talking about like what happens after you die, because it's going to be Halloween. And we're going to talk about our own ghost stories. So it'll be really great. So, and then I'll be back next Thursday. So I'll see you next Thursday. Everybody have a wonderful week. Take good care of yourselves. And we'll see you Monday night.
You've been listening to Ask Me Anything, featuring spiritual medium and psychotherapist Kellee White.